In a world of fake news, we bring you up-to-the-minute factual inaccuracy and a heavy dose of moral truth. With your hosts, Kyle Mann and Ethan Nicole. This is the Babylon Bee. Fake news you can trust.
Welcome, everybody. The Babylon Bee studio. We are here. Live. Kyle.
Ethan.
And this is like, it looks legit now. We're getting
look
close.
At this. Just sound things up. Like these foam things back here.
Yeah.
They make everything sound different.
And they make our voices sound more radio.
Mm-hmm.
But not really.
They don't help our faces. We need to get some face foam that makes the faces better. Especially your face.
Whew. Sad. Well, I flew out to Dallas this weekend, and me and Seth did this event called A Night with the Babylon Bee, or maybe an evening with the Babylon Bee.
Like after hours kind of thing?
I guess.
Were you guys wearing lingerie? What was going on?
That's Babylon Bee After Dark. That's something different. This,
Babylon Bee up all night.
You have to be a premium subscriber for that kind of action. But no, there was the Texan, which is kind of an independent Texas newspaper that they kind of try to do what Discern does, where they just report the news. No bias or whatever, but they are right leaning.
Just reporting
the news. That's how they sounded.
Yeah,
and they were introducing us and stuff. And it was a lot of fun. I got invited kind of at the last minute. Seth was just going to give a speech, but then they wanted me to sit on a panel, so I went and sat on the panel. It's a lot of fun. It's interesting to see people's reactions to the Babylon Bee headlines.
Yeah,
in
like
person. You
real
read them
people.
off, and he had them up on the screen. Some classic Ethan Photoshops up there, and
good.
People dying, laughing over it. So it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
But I'm back. I'm still a little tired.
You see, Joe Rogan lauged at one of my Photoshops.
I saw that.
Yeah.
About the.
Of course, it was the weed one.
Trump smoking weed on
the doobie. Yeah.
It was on Joe Rogan, right? That was the joke.
Yeah.
Smokes weed on Joe Rogan.
It wasn't really a joke. It was much more of like a fantasy situation. Like, what if Trump got on Joe Rogan and smoked weed, talked for 7 hours?
But that's what the Babylon Bee does.
Sometimes we just do what ifs.
Yeah. You create this alternate world and then you report on it.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. So anyway, I'm back. Oh, did you hear Seth got canceled? Did you see that?
I've been seeing some tweets. He got canceled?
Yeah.
Huh. Seth's our CEO, by the way.
He was going to speak at his alma mater, I guess, and they uninvited him for some tweet about something. And
wow.
But I don't know.
Did it get moved or fully canceled?
I heard it got canceled, but
wow.
I'll have to ask him exactly. I texted
we got to
him
have him on as a
night.
victim of cancel culture now.
I know.
He's got to make the rounds. He's got Room Report, Candace Owens.
Yeah.
He's got to be everywhere.
Go big.
Yeah.
That's how we go big.
It's huge.
That's the next step. So I hope someone uninvites me to something someday.
Yeah.
I can start a GoFundMe and
you could uninvite me. Well, you've done that. Maybe?
Cancel each other.
Know. We could say I got canceled from the Texas thing.
It could be a big false flag, like a false cancel flag.
Yeah.
And we make a whole fake event and then get ourselves uninvited from it.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey.
Subscriber boost.
Yeah. I like it. All right, let's talk about some stuff that is quality.
But now, this week's edition of Stuff That's Good.
All right, I've been a big fan of heavy metal band Stryper for a long time.
Is it count as heavy metal if they're Christian?
They're like more heavy metal, more heavy, more hardcore than a lot of secular heavy metal. But it is it's not like death metal or speed metal. It's not
Living Sacrifice.
It's nothing like that. They're not yelling, and he's got that like shrill 80s voice. Yeah, it's not growling.
Yeah, they have the falsetto.
Yeah, kind of a falsetto thing. To hell with the devil! That thing. So I just spiked Dan's levels.
No respect for people's eardrums.
And sorry, Dan. Anyway, they got a new album out called Even the Devil Believes, and it's amazing to me like that it's 2020 and they're putting out like 80s hair metal.
Yeah, how old are these guys?
They're in their 50s.
Yeah.
I think we're supposed to get Michael Sweet on at some point here. I don't know what that's scheduled for, but it'd be nice to have him on. So anyway, it's super heavy and it's very much in the traditional metal vein, like Judas Priest and Iron Maiden and Megadeth, that kind of thing. And it's killer. So I like all their stuff post 2000. It's just they've gotten better and better and hardcore. Striper.
Cool. I am going to do a recommendation for an old-ish, a 90s movie that I don't know a lot of people that have seen this movie. It's a Kurt Russell movie called Breakdown. And it's always a crowd pleaser. Like, you're always looking for a movie to like watch with, you know, like my in-laws were over and I'm like, let's watch Breakdown. This is a movie where Kurt Russell and his wife are out on some long road trip together and they're out in the middle of nowhere and their car breaks down. And so while he's working on the car, this truck pulls up and says, I can take your wife back to town and we'll just make some phone calls or whatever. And you stay at the car or whatever. So the truck drives off, wife's gone, and then they just never come back. So he like walks way back to town. He finds the trucker and the trucker denies ever having met him and he can't find his wife. So there's this whole like crazy thing where it's basically just some guy going through this like how insane you would go to like save your wife from psychos. But it's not super violent, but it is. I think it might be R-rated, but I don't remember there being any like nudity and stuff. But it's like it's one of those every man in a crazy situation going buck, and it's over the top in a good way. It's just so good.
I feel like you've recommended like a dozen of these movies.
Yeah, that's because I love them, and I always like. I
Every
wish
man
people would
saves his wife.
I always wish people would recommend the because there's so many bad ones. You need to be recommended the good ones, and I know that I'm helping the world by picking out the good ones.
And when Ethan says there's little violence, probably no nudity, it probably means there's tons of it.
A guy gets smashed by a truck that is hanging in the air and then it gets dropped on him. A semi-truck. It's awesome.
So basically no violence.
But you don't see anything. It's like Wile E. Coyote.
It's mostly not violent.
Yeah. Well, it's very enjoyable violence. I would put it in the world like in like a Taken realm, but he's not a professional. He's a guy who doesn't know how to fight anybody, but because of his love for his wife, suddenly he just made him mad.
All right.
Breakdown. Kurt Russell.
Watch Breakdown while you listen to Striper. Weird news.
This has been Stuff That's Good.
This news is weird.
500,000 sharks may be killed for a coronavirus vaccine.
For it? So they have something in them. They have shark juice, also known as squalene. It's a natural oil, shark oil. They stick that in the vaccine, and then it cures COVID, but then they got to kill 250,000 sharks.
Wait, it says 500,000. Oh, I see. 2 doses. So they're thinking 2 doses required per person, 250,000 sharks for 1 dose. Oh,
for 1 dose, 250,000? Wait, so that's like...
To provide 1 dose for each person, so total.
Wait, so the math on that for everybody in the world?
No, it's 250,000 for 1 person for everybody in the world. For everybody in the world,
sharks die,
and then everybody in the world can take 1 dose.
Oh, I thought it was 250,000 sharks.
It's worded very funny here.
One person to get
and
cured.
But then they're thinking that everybody needs 2 doses.
They're going to need rapid shark breeding.
Yeah,
just like a machine that as soon as they grow up, they get turned to oil, just breeding and oiling. And wow, is it worth it?
Is this something where like
I'm glad it's not something cuter like. Fluffy pink bunny rabbits. Yeah, otters. Oh, I couldn't do like river otters. You know, 250,000 have to die. Take me instead.
They should make you be the one to kill your shark when you take the vaccine. Yeah. You have to like.
Yeah, come on in. Yeah, step into the shark murder room first.
Look into this poor shark's eyes and stab it.
Beady, soulless eyes. That would be hard.
Yeah,
I'd stab.
But if it was otters, nobody would do it.
Nobody would do it.
This is something where like humanist worldviews kind of come into. Like crashing in on each other, crashing in on itself, right? Like, because they believe that like the environment and nature,
all these animals,
and so we shouldn't kill nature and we shouldn't do this. But they're also like super freaked out that they'll die. They're like, we all have to take the vaccine. You know,
pretty much every animal I know would be right on board. Like my dog, I was like, you have to kill 250,000 of some other kind of animal in order to live, and they'd be like, they'd do it. Every animal would do it.
Yeah, cats would kill me.
Cats would do it just for the fun of it.
Cats would eat me if they would. Surviving.
They'd want you to kill like 90% kill the 250,000 sharks and then play around with their corpses for a while as they suffer for the last 10%.
Have I mentioned the horror movie that I live in every morning where I walk downstairs and my cats, all 4 of my cats, because my wife loves cats, all 4 of them circle me.
Circle you like raptors?
Yeah, like sharks or something. They
like, do you do the Chris Pratt thing where you're like,
yeah, I do this.
Yeah.
I'm like, blue. Can't whistle. And
do they look like really crappy CG? Do you have any cats with really human eyes? Those are the worst.
No, they look like cats.
That's why God gave them the slit eyes.
Yeah, the slits.
Because if they look too round and human.
Anyway, they circle me because they're looking they're waiting for food.
Oh, it's the food.
And I know that if I didn't feed them, they would devour me. So what happened to this Romanian mayor?
Romanian mayor wins landslide re-election 2 weeks after he died. So he died, and then they still voted for him? I could see that. That's a better politician than most, probably. Do they just place him in the seat? And do they at least embalm him? So how does it work?
What happens in the Constitution if someone gets elected and then they're dead? Or let's say they die like on election night and then they win.
Is it the next person down
or
designated survivor?
Or if Biden died before the election, could they like scramble and say, actually, Kamala?
Yeah, could they?
Is our person, or does it not count because she's not actually the president? Nobody actually voted for her for president, or whatever.
Unfortunately, I'm not a political scholar.
Nah, me neither. That's why we need Dan here.
In the comments, tell us.
Everybody.
Smart people in the comments, let us know.
This reminds me of the...
it might be in this very story if we clicked on it.
Wasn't it the Battle of New Orleans that took place like 2 weeks after the War of 1812 ended? Because they didn't have... you couldn't just call everybody and say, hey, everybody, war's over. So they're like still fighting, but the war was declared over weeks before.
Wow. Yeah, you can't text everybody.
Yeah.
Is that how it works now?
Have texting.
They get like a text and everybody's like, war's over.
They're probably everybody who's in the war is in a Facebook group and someone posts like
or like a group me chat.
Yeah. They're on Slack.
Yeah. Both sides.
Bear with 3 legs steals Diet Coke from Florida garage.
3 legs.
So this is an ongoing narrative. We had the bear who stole the chips. Remember the bear robbed the convenience store? Mm-hmm. Now bears are getting their Diet Cokes.
Getting a Diet Coke.
Something to wash it down with.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know where its leg went. In which leg? Is it a front leg or a back leg? Because it's probably hard to carry a Diet Coke.
Oh, I missed that detail. 3 legs. I just did that gloss right over.
Yeah. Maybe it got its arm cut off or leg. And it's like, man, I need a Diet Coke. That was its response.
Wait, 3 legs. Do bears have arms and legs?
I think they have legs, but I think the 4 legs is arms sometimes. Because they stand on their hind legs. It's confusing.
So he doesn't have 3 bottom legs and 2 top arms.
I don't think so.
That would be a scarier story.
Yeah, like a what do you call that?
Yeah.
A quintercinian? I don't know.
Cinco Lego.
Turkey crashes through window into Virginia home.
We're happy to report that while the turkey did take out the entire window in the family's home, he was unhurt and quickly fled the scene to roost in a nearby tree.
So he just crashed through.
I believe.
Birds don't understand glass.
That the turkey's okay. Well, some people don't understand glass. You ever done the boom?
Yeah. I had a friend who walked into my sliding glass door one time so hard. He left this greasy, perfect face print on there.
This. I remember this now.
Oh, did I tell this? Oh. It's just so great. I kept it there as long as I could. I didn't want to wash it off because it's so cartoonishly great.
It's still there, and people.
I wish I had gotten a good picture of it.
Flock from miles, pilgrimages to the Greece.
It's like, oh, is that the Christ?
Picture?
Yeah. Yeah, little like Mexican women come up to it and like.
It looks kind of like Jesus.
Yeah, looks like Jesus if his face was smashed up against the windshield.
A couple win $100,100 in 2-day lottery winning streak. So
what are the odds of that?
So they won $100 prize and then $100,000.
Then $100,000 the next day. Did they try the next day?
So let's put it all in.
They're like, we're gonna go to the casino tomorrow. We're gonna bet $100,000 or something. We're gonna get $1 million the next day. I don't know.
It's possible. Did you hear about the kid that one time that drove out to Vegas from California or something, and he bet his entire life savings on? He just bet it on black. He had money saved for college, or his parents.
So he wasn't like a 6-year-old.
No, he wasn't 6. I don't think they allow that. Yeah, he showed up and just put down. I don't remember what it was, $50,000 or $100,000. Doubled it, drove home.
Really? Wow.
That's the way to do it,
Yeah, I don't know how any of that works in Vegas. So I've never even tried.
I've done the little machines. My problem is that as soon as I'm up, I'm out. I'm $5 richer. I don't get the impulse to like keep going. So,
man died from eating excessive amounts of black licorice. That makes sense.
My hate for black licorice is justified at long last.
Sounds very problematic.
Yeah. Do you like black licorice?
No, it's disgusting.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like anything.
Like maybe as a curiosity,
good.
like I'll have a little gummy and be like, that's interesting. But like people that just eat, I don't know, black licorice.
It's
wrong.
what I imagine.
Ugh.
Like you know how dogs have those like wet black noses? Like if you made jerky out of that or something and then like soaked it in some weird chemicals and then ate that. That's what I imagine black licorice is.
You guys don't know how
That's
hard
how
it
it's
is.
made.
You guys don't understand how hard it is to do a podcast with Ethan. Because I'm trying to read notes and like track and like
track the notes.
and
There's
talk.
nothing there.
I'm trying to track along, talk. And if I miss half of an Ethan sentence, he's talking about eating dog noses all of a sudden. And then
Don't
I'm
even
like,
look at
what
a
is even
dog's
happening?
nose and think, man, that looks chewy.
No. No. Hey, subscribers, please comment and let us know how many of you have ever thought that thought. Goodness gracious.
So you can eat half of, because this guy is 54 years old. He ate a bag and a half of candy, I guess black licorice, every day. Oh, for 2 weeks prior to dying. So not every day of his life, just for 2 weeks. What inspired that? I'm clicking the link.
How do they know? How do they know that?
Did he report it?
Okay, so it says licorice contains glyceric acid.
Does it contain shark juice?
It depletes potassium levels and electrolytes, contributing to heart rhythm problems. So a small amount of licorice increases your blood pressure. A lot can cause heart issues. So maybe he already had some heart issues, and then
he just switched from red fruit flavored twists to the black licorice version. He collapsed inside a fast food restaurant, which I'm sure that had nothing to do with dying.
Well, don't eat.
How do they know he ate
licorice?
2.5 weeks? It's also in Belgian beers.
Also, don't drink too much Belgian beer too, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, I don't drink 2.5 bags of Belgian beer every day for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Does beer come in bags? Maybe just in Canada.
Yeah, probably somewhere it does.
Yeah. Bengal government releases obituary for its alive and healthy minister.
So was it wishful thinking? They just were like, he died. What happened? How do you not know? Because they have text.
Tested positive for COVID-19. Was transferred to a hospital. And it issued a condolence message. However, the department realized its mistake and withdrew the message. Oops. I'm alive. I'm not dead.
How about some stories of the week?
Every week, there are stories. These are some of them.
In a disturbing new report, CNN has revealed the bizarre practices of the strange cult Amy Coney Barrett belongs to. Known to some as Christendom, it features many ancient rituals that were recorded by undercover CNN journalists at a strange stone building on Sunday where the ceremonies were held.
Secret cameras showed Amy Coney Barrett kneeling before a priest-type figure as he recited some kind of incantation in a dead tongue. The priest then held up a round wafer and a goblet of red liquid, which he announced to be the true body and blood of a Jewish rabbi who died 2,000 years ago, and then brought a newborn baby to a basin of water and attempted to drown it.
Bizarre.
Uncanny.
Yeah, they all gathered. They all stood in these rows.
Mm-hmm.
They chanted some weird songs. They all knelt and stood at the same time.
Blood.
Some kind of dark cult.
Eating blood.
They drank blood and ate flesh.
Mm-hmm. Drowned a baby.
Drowned a baby. Yeah.
Attempted baby drowning. And this is the person that Trump wants on the Supreme Court.
This cult member.
Mm-hmm.
Sad.
Oof. Well, I heard it's
Scary.
even worse. It gets worse. She has 7 kids.
That must be part of this cult.
And the gall, the racism of this woman.
Oh.
She has 2 of them that are adopted and they're Haitian.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning.
It's a dog whistle. If you're racist, the thing you immediately do is you go through the extensive and very expensive process of adopting a child from a foreign country. and taking them in and providing for them for the rest of their lives.
Or she just stole them. She might have just kidnapped them.
Could be.
That's possible.
Yeah.
I saw some people on Twitter saying that.
Oh, they think he just stole them?
They said that there's a lot of
like her judge robe, she just like walked up and threw it over and then walked away and they're gone. She uses it like Batman uses
knocked
cape.
him out with her gavel.
Yeah.
Put him under the robe.
Dragged him away.
So the director of anti-racist research at Boston University, Ibram X. Kendi, listed by Time as one of the top 100 most influential people.
What does the X stand for? He has a middle name X. That's like villain.
That's got to be made up.
Ibram X.
Did that to be cool. And he said that, where is it? Some white colonizers adopted black children. They civilized these savage children into superior ways of white people, while using them as props in their lifelong pictures of denial, while cutting the biological parents of these children out of the picture of humanity.
That was one of those tweets you read and you're just like, oh.
It's our guy who's not on Twitter.
Why?
Sketch idea.
Why?
To do with that?
Why, God? Why do these people think this way?
You remember when they started saying, like, we're going to capitalize black?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it was a month or two ago. It's like everywhere now. Like if you're on Amazon and it goes like, watch these black. And they like intentionally put it in the middle of the sentence so you can see that they capitalize it. And then they also said they're going to start capitalizing white, which is really funny.
Oh, they are going to now?
So this Ibram guy's capitalizing white.
Before they were going to always keep white lowercase.
Yeah, but then they said, they changed now we capitalize white and black. And it's like, you're kidding.
How can anybody keep up?
Like, I don't know that.
They're going to have to start using font colors.
Yeah.
Black will always be in black,
Giant
white will always
bold.
be in white. Bold white.
But it's funny because like racists probably would do that too. Like white.
Yeah,
like
right.
Capitalize it all.
Capitalizing white.
W.
It's so silly.
It's a horseshoe.
It is like a game.
So
she's in a charismatic Catholic church called People of Praise. Have you ever heard of charismatic Catholics?
No, I haven't.
Like that, I imagine that being like, Father, Holy Spirit, Father, Holy Spirit, Father, Holy Spirit, Father, Holy Spirit, Father, Spirit. Like you could poke your eyes out.
Yeah.
It'd be horrible. It's dangerous because my dad is charismatic, and I can't imagine combining because that's like combining my parents because my dad is a charismatic Foursquare church guy. My mom was Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
So in all, I should be because I'm the product of their bonding.
Maybe it's a weight loss thing. Like, because if you go to
People of Praise,
well, Catholics already do the standing kneeling. That's already a pretty good workout. And if you add charismatic worship to that,
we woke people.
You're bouncing up and down. I mean, that's probably crazy.
Yeah, it's probably they were doing jumping jacks instead of kneeling.
I couldn't be charismatic just because I'm tired.
I'm too much of a introvert.
So Newsweek published and then corrected a headline saying that ACB's church inspired the Handmaid's Tale.
Inspired it?
Yeah,
like they were the inspiration.
Like what's her name? I don't even remember the name of the lady who wrote Handmaid's Tale. She based it off People of Praise or something. I guess that was not true.
Gosh.
I tried reading Handmaid's Tale. I couldn't get a chapter in. It was brutal.
Huh. I know they got bonnets.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Bonnets.
And red.
It's like they're forced to reproduce for the guy. Or
something like that, yeah. Because that's what guys want. Reproducing.
Yeah. That's what we want. Make more of me.
Yeah.
Please. I don't know. Well, I don't know. But that's just what we needed right now is a confirmation hearing.
Yeah.
That's what we needed this year.
It'll be a blast.
October 12th. Look forward to it.
Trump is polling high among an unexpected group, libertarians, who were energized and drawn to Trump's cause after the New York Times revealed that he paid as little as $750 in federal taxes some years. He should put a book out on how to do that.
Total hero, man. Total hero.
It is true. Like everybody who has a business tries to pay the least amount of taxes they can. I don't know how the heck he did that, but
because
I paid.
Because if you take a net loss, you haven't made any money that year. So even if you have $1 billion, if you lose $300 million that year, at least on paper, you're not going to pay income taxes because you haven't made any.
What about
that's what an income tax is money.
So what is the 750? Is that just like because there's certain things you have to pay no matter what, right? Like
So that maybe
Social Security and stuff.
So maybe it doesn't include any of that. I don't know.
But, so if you just have a complete loss, then
yeah,
interesting.
Or maybe that's all it was.
I need to report better and just have a complete loss.
Yeah,
I'm bad at.
We lost
bad
tons
at reporting.
of money. Tons of money.
Yeah.
Babylon B losing money left and right.
Left and right, hand over fist.
Yeah. So yeah, Trump needs to be a consultant. He needs to launch like Trumpo tax or something where you can go online and fill out. Oh yeah, I've got a bunch of buildings and they all lost money. And only paid. I like how New York Times thought that this was gonna like destroy him. Like this was the bombshell.
I'm pretty sure we all kind of expected it, right?
Well, they were saying it in 2016 already. Back in the debates, Hillary Clinton kept bringing it up.
Yeah.
You know, that he's not a good businessman. He loses money. He's you know, that's what it was. You know, that's what everybody already knew.
Is that a real picture with a stack of giant papers? Is that Photoshop?
Signing my tax return. Here's Trump.
That's real, right? Is that real?
2015 tax return.
That looks like one of our Photoshops. Like the stack is above his head.
And it's real. Looks real to me. I know Photoshop. I've seen a few good chops in my day.
I don't know. I can't tell if it's a joke or if it's real, but if that's really his taxes, that's pretty crazy.
So in the 2016 debates, he said that he pays the least amount of taxes that he legally could. And he says, that makes me smart.
Most would agree with the drive.
Did you see the ad that they put out, that the Democrats put out, saying, like, they show a teacher and she's like, I paid $7,000. And they show some like nurse, I paid $10,000. Like, Trump only paid $750. But their whole platform is to raise taxes.
Yeah.
Like, but they're going to pay more under us. But still,
yeah, Trump
only paid. It's like their whole philosophy is this, like, everybody, it doesn't matter if you're paying way too much taxes, but that guy didn't pay any. He needs to pay his fair share, even though you're getting robbed blind.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. That's all I can say.
Taxes are the worst.
Yeah, I'm not good at talking about taxes.
Taxes are the worst.
They just make me, I freeze up.
Let this be the conclusion.
I'm thinking right now about how I still need to pay some taxes, and I'm starting to shake.
The preacher says in Ecclesiastes that man sees the sun rise and fall and pays taxes and wants to kill himself.
and urinates into the wind.
Everything is pee in the wind.
Everything is peeing into the wind.
Amen, says the
Amen.
preacher. Amen. Not actual Bible quotes. California, a state with no electricity, has ordered everyone to drive cars that run on.
Wait for it.
Electricity.
How do you like that?
How do you like that?
What the heck?
So California will ban all new gas-powered cars by 2035 under executive order by Gavin Newsom, which is just insane on so many levels. Like, he has no authority.
Ban whatever you want in the future?
He has no authority to do it. He'll be long out of office, probably the president by then.
Yeah, probably.
And it's 15 years from now. It does nothing now because if he did it now, he knows that if he did it now, it would absolutely destroy him. So he just puts it off pie in the sky. Like,
it's just for accolades from people that like it.
Good job. Stuff. You banned cars.
It's like fantasy.
Way off in the future.
I demand that in 15 years, all cars will have really long legs and have funny faces on them and will dance.
It's insane. It's also insane. I tune out, then I don't know what he's talking about. It's insane on the level that electric cars probably will be a lot more ubiquitous at that point.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, maybe 80% of cars will be electric anyway by that point. So the legislation is pointless at that point anyway.
Mm-hmm. Saying point a lot.
Point. He's just trying to score some points.
Mm-hmm.
Is my point.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yeah. But I can't remember what my point was.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's insane on that level.
Yeah.
He's banking on, in 15 years, everybody will be buying electric cars anyway. And then the whole thing about electric cars is that
and there's not a bill or anything. He just said this.
He just announced it. Yeah, he didn't even bother passing an insane bill through an insane legislature. He just announced it. Like, he doesn't even care anymore. We're not even pretending to be a democracy or a republic or whatever.
All cars will run on hair gel. They will have hair gel dispensers in the roof, and it will squirt the hair gel down. There will be a hair gel pedal in the floor. There'll be gas, brake, clutch, hair gel.
And then Gavin Newsom can personally fuel all of our cars.
Right.
By squeezing
just hook a bunch of hoses to his head.
And the whole runoff is like...
He looks like a Morton Joe or something.
With all the tubes
hoses. Does he have tubes? I don't know, but I imagine you'd start looking like that if you had a bunch of tubes hooked up to you.
And he stands up and all the people are like, more gel, please.
Yeah, gel.
More gel.
Took the giant bucket of hair gel out.
And he like turns the big valve and all the hair gel goes...
Yeah.
Everybody runs out with little pans.
Yeah.
More, please, more.
See, I like when I get you on board.
I have to just, as long as I can keep up. I need to like snort some kind of drug or something to keep up with you sometimes.
Some shark juice.
Yeah. Well. So. I imagine if it hits 2035 and they do ban gas cars, that would be my last straw. I'm done.
Your last paper straw.
Although now they're trying to like tax people who leave California, talking about that.
Yeah.
Do a wealth tax if you try to leave. And
a lot of people leaving. California's so dumb.
It is extremely dumb. When we have the new earth, when God makes all things new, I want to live in California. Because you won't
after all the
government will be much better.
I think you're thinking when we have the new earth, you'll see the North America continent, and there'll be a chunk missing where California used to be because it's pure evil. It's
made new, and he just sinks it into the ocean.
It's gone. Just delete.
We're gonna fix a few things from the last one.
He right clicks on California, delete, and then
so lasso tool draws around it.
Control N for new,
or like continent aware fill. Ocean just
trying to floss your Photoshop.
All right, well, let's come with us on a journey as we stare into the abyss and talk about the Trump-Biden debates now.
Because no one's talking about those.
Yeah, it's all you want to hear about.
And now, the Babylon Bees topic of the week.
Well, everybody, the week that everybody has been waiting for has arrived. Biden-Trump in the octagon.
The ultimate event.
Sunday. The
ticket gets you the entire seat, but you only need the edge.
Watch as these two old men absolutely flatten each other. But it was basically just two old men screaming at each other.
Yeah, I saw a great tweet from, I can't remember who it is. He's a writer, and he said, well, I guess I don't, the good news is I don't need to go visit my family for Thanksgiving. That's already taken care of.
You already got to watch old men argue politics on the porch.
All they needed is they should give them each turkey legs to gnaw into in between. Like, you're wrong about the economy.
I feel like they could have really leaned into that with the set design. Like they could have done it like in a family room, like put them on a couch, maybe rocking
on like
chairs.
A bench outside on the front porch.
They should have designed it to look like a patio, kind of like that old America's Funniest Videos set. Yeah,
they can yell about people staying off of.
Yeah, they could have people walk by and then just hey. Yeah.
People of races of different races.
Give them canes. People of different races to see who yells at which.
Yeah, who yells at which. You're clean and articulate.
Hey, you.
Oh, boy.
And then Trump says, what did he say about the Proud Boys? Like, stand back.
That was weird. Because that was the weirdest part.
Stand back and stand by.
Because when they brought up, like, hey, finally, he can clear this stupid thing up. Biden constantly uses this thing that Trump said, there's good people on both sides. He never tells the rest, where Trump said, except for white supremacists, obviously, and whatever else he added. But then Trump goes, Proud Boys, stand by and stay something.
Well, he kept going back and forth with Chris Wallace, the moderator. And
I don't know if he got off track.
He was like trying to clarify, and he goes, sure. Stand back. Tell them to stand back and stand by. Like, or
what
something.
Does that mean? Like, and I saw they made I don't know if that's true or not, but it looked like they made a shirt. The Proud Boys made a shirt that said stand back, stand by or something like.
He says, Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. And says, sure, who would you like me to condemn? I want peace.
Huh.
But it's like if he had just said.
Was he like not finishing his sentence, like stand back so that I can drop an anvil on you? Or stand by while I load up this gun and shoot you.
Maybe he did. Maybe they edited it out.
Or he just didn't finish the sentence because it was rapid fire out there.
But the other side of it is that no matter what he said about white supremacy, they could have edited it.
Yeah, he could have said anything.
He could have been like, F white supremacy. Yeah. And they would have cut off the F.
Or it would have been a dog
like, white
whistle.
supremacy. Yeah. That's all I would have said.
Oh. So what do you think of people that are like, man, I was really disappointed. I didn't see that coming, that it was going to be like that. Like, how else did you expect it to go?
Yeah, did you expect your guy to absolutely mop the floor? I guess I lean toward, like, if Trump could control himself and he could
sense wind,
and he could let Biden just ramble. But you know, Trump would do these Sleepy Joe insults and all that. But if he could at least let Biden get those weird rambling like gaffes that are all over that he always says.
I think Trump sees himself as at his best when he is interrupting and owning somebody in the moment they say something wrong. Like he thinks that's his strength.
So absolutely no surprises. Trump and Biden just absolute disaster.
It was bad. I mean, it's like the debates over the years that I've been watching them. They do get a little worse every year. It seems like the conduct gets a little worse, but it really did just like plummet.
But I don't know that they've ever been substantive. You know, it's not like you've got like a world expert atheist and a world expert Christian politely discussing the issues. It's not that. It's two personalities trying to get in sound bites.
Right. They should really just have each have a bucket of water balloons, and each one has a political point on it, and they just keep pelting each other.
Economy.
Yeah. 200,000 deaths.
Stand by and stand back. What was that one?
That'd be more entertaining.
You got to think this is bad for Trump.
Think so?
Because
I expected Biden to like
Biden has been leading in the polls.
Yeah, poop his
and
pants.
if Biden just absolutely faltered and face planted, that could have come undone and unraveled and all of that. And I think Trump needed that, and it didn't happen. We've still got more debates.
I do wonder if it'll change how Trump acts at the next debate, the reaction to it. But his base, I'm sure, is
he's always been
riled up by it.
Trump has always been great about listening to feedback.
Well, he might try to be more humorous. He won't be nicer, and he won't stop interrupting, but he might be like, because he was very super combative.
Yeah.
Like he was just ready to pounce on everything. And he is better when he's like, most of the things we remember about the debates with Hillary were when he was funny.
Yeah, snapping back and the funny little sound bites and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a big win for Biden. He stayed awake the whole time.
He gets such easy big wins.
Yeah, well, that's when your expectations are very low. It's like, hey,
he lived and he didn't crap himself and he said all his words mostly.
Big win for Biden.
Big win.
But yeah, a collapse like that definitely would have helped Trump. And, you know, it seems like that.
A collapse like if he passed out?
Well, if Biden had just been absolutely unintelligible or something.
If Biden had just collapsed.
Well, that would have been a big win for Trump.
A big win for Trump.
Yeah. Maybe next time he'll try to.
Do you think Biden had an earpiece? Did you hear about that?
No, but I mean,
they're like, we got to get checked for earpieces, and the Biden campaign was like, nope, can't do it.
You're not going to check me for an earpiece.
He's all like a televangelist. He's got the earpiece in.
Did you see the screenshots people were posting? Like there's some weird wire coming out of his wrist.
Why Biden has a wire in his wrist?
He kept doing this, and there was like this weird metal thing that was like sticking up.
Oh, coming out of his shirt?
Kind of like sticking up. Like it could have been like a latch or like a weird suspender latch looking thing is what it looked like. And it was like sticking way out, and people are circling it. And
oh, really?
And then I saw someone circle like a wire on his tie, but it didn't look that obvious to me. Oh. It just looked like little pieces of the clothing or this or that. But
I mean, it is. You have to be sad to some extent about. This thing. It's
a bit of an indictment, right?
It's very sad.
The wrath of God is being revealed against all unrighteousness. This is part of that.
It's all in there.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's the thing is like Biden acts like he's above and Trump's horrible and low, but Biden's part of the whole culture and what led to this.
You're in politics for 40 years. Like
we got here in large part because of you. All the fakeness and all the BS like led to this clown show that we are now.
Oh, I absolutely agree. One of my I'm not a huge Trump fan, but one of my
partisan, like the hyper partisanship, like everybody just doubling down on that. I think.
Yeah, although I was encouraged that most people, like on Twitter, at least that I follow, were very like, yeah, that was not good for anybody. That's what I saw the most of. But I mean, I follow a particular group of people on Twitter, so
I saw it as mostly conservatives and libertarians. Most people on the left.
That's true. So I probably follow mostly libertarians.
Yeah, I have like a good chunk of people on the left that I follow and follow me because of. Yeah.
So I agree with a lot of criticism of Trump. One criticism of Trump that I just don't understand is this idea that he is some outlier, that he is some new thing, that he's disrupting norms and all this stuff. It's like we've had terrible presidents. We don't have any norms that that I can like get behind and be like, oh yeah, if only we could go back to Obama, if only we could go back to Clinton, if only we could go back to Bush or whatever. I don't see that. I don't get that. And so what you're saying about Biden, it's like, yeah, he's exactly the same, like just on the other side. They have different personalities.
Well, do you think that there's something to the idea that Biden's he's agreed to be a part of this machine, this thing, but I do see Trump as not really being that. Not saying that makes him any more intelligent than he is or anything, but he's definitely an outsider when it comes to like the political, like just that, even if it's just a clique, like he's not a part of that clique.
I don't know. He used to hang out with the Clintons and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree with what you're saying, that he is not the typical politician who his words are polished and written by a speechwriter and read off a teleprompter, and he gives the state line and he stands by the American position on this and that and that. He just kind of looks at things and goes, "Hey, that's dumb. Why are you guys doing that?"
Yeah,
right or wrong.
Yeah, and I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just saying I get that.
Okay.
He does seem like the most
I see what you're
out
saying.
Of the loop. Like just I don't know. Out of
so I guess I could say that I agree that Trump has disrupted a lot of norms.
Yeah,
but norms that I didn't respect in the first place. How about that?
Okay.
Do you accept my position? No, I accept. Will you accept Ron Paul into your heart? Ooh, Ron Paul had a stroke.
Yeah, he's okay.
Oh, he's okay now. He was like back on his show the next day or over the weekend.
He's getting up there in age, right?
He's getting up there, 83, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, what about Chris Wallace, the moderator in this debate? I heard. Now, to be clear, I didn't watch this debate.
You didn't watch any of it? I didn't watch clips.
I didn't watch a single clip.
Wow. Wait, what?
As soon as I timed my commute home to leave exactly when the debate started, I turned on the Dune audiobook. I said, I will rather listen to Dune than watch a single word of this freaking disaster. And it turned out I was right. Yeah. But I just kind of read summaries and stuff. So.
Oh, I had that train wreck thing. I just wanted to see. Couldn't. I just had to see it.
My wife is pretty she kind of stays uninvolved with some of this stuff, and she watched the entire thing. So
there was something about it. It was it was like you felt dirty for watching it, but it was entertaining. It was like those YouTube videos where people are fighting, punching each other and stuff, and you're like, they probably would not be doing this if there wasn't cameras going.
So it's like you're like a person in the Capitol watching the Hunger Games. Like, this is kind of dirty. These kids are killing each other, but man,
great entertainment.
It's pretty good entertainment, man. Yeah, so I guess Chris Wallace, some people were saying he was at one point he agreed with Biden. Like, Biden said something.
My personal, I didn't catch it all because I had to take care of kids and do stuff during it. But I think it's generally, I didn't see him leaning too far one direction. But I don't know.
So as someone who didn't watch it at all, I got to say Chris Wallace was completely biased. But he did at one point. I saw the clip where he goes, Trump was saying something about going on, and then Biden said, I can't keep up with his ranting. And Chris Wallace goes, I'm having trouble myself.
Yeah. No, there was definitely moments where you could see it was like Biden and Chris were like, gosh, But you also kind of get it, like, Trump's crazy.
It is Trump. To be fair.
Like, I would probably bond with somebody that I don't really agree with if Trump was ranting next to him. I'm like, this guy, man. It's sort of like if you're on a subway, you get on, and there's you, and then some stranger, and then the guy who's like says he's Jesus and is wiping crap all over the walls. You guys would both be like, this guy.
It's so hilarious. Like Trump starts arguing with Chris Wallace. You're in a debate where you're now debating the moderator. And like I'm trying to picture some of the great like Christian atheist debates of the past where like some
start debating the moderator.
Yeah, like William Lane Craig is like, what? He starts like shouting at the moderator, and he's like, oh no. I'm sure it's happened.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
it's like those boxing matches where they knock out the ref.
Just turn like they both pummel them.
There's great YouTube, which is way more entertaining than this podcast. You just search ref knockouts or something like that. And it's just like every time somebody either accidentally or on purpose knocked out a ref in boxing.
So sometimes it's on accident.
But come back to our show after you watch them.
Yeah. Open a new tab.
Yeah, new tab.
Well, everybody, this is all your fault, and you deserve this.
We all deserve this.
So thanks a lot.
It can only go downhill from here.
Yeah. So
strap in, oil up, slide down.
Take your shirt off. Slide on in.
Get all.
I don't know.
Slide on down. I was thinking like you're just sliding down a chute.
Will you shut up, man?
Yeah. You shut up, Jack.
We got a new Bidenism. Will you shut up, man?
You shut up, man.
He said, will you shut up, man?
You remember the debate better than I do, and you didn't.
I just read
it.
Summaries.
Yeah, it's better because you don't remember it in the moment. You read the summaries, and it seals it.
I try
seals
to
moments.
Try to keep my sanity. So we got 2 more of these bad boys coming up, I guess.
Ooh.
Right? 2 more, something like that.
So
stay tuned to the Babylon.
You do wonder why they don't have the mic get cut
analysis.
off. Sorry.
Yeah, we were thinking trapdoors or shot collars or something.
Yeah.
You interrupt.
Yeah, like a little metal plate on their mouth. And it opens up. How many?
Maybe the Matrix thing where your mouth just disappears into your
skin
flesh.
Sucks together.
So creepy. And or maybe they could just leave the metal plates on the entire time. That would probably improve it greatly.
Yeah, we could have just a video debate without audio. A debate of facial expressions. Every once in a while they agree.
Let's go to hate mail.
I really miss Adam Ford.
You know, we got a hate mail from a guy with the name Tony, and you know, Tonys are very aggressive people. Anybody named Tony.
Yeah, they
probably the mafia.
Italian, own a pizza restaurant.
Probably took out some guys' kneecaps.
They own a pizza restaurant, but it's just a front for a money laundering operation for the mob.
They got somebody who's swimming with the fishes.
And they hate satire.
Yeah.
So what did Tony say? Can you do a Tony?
Why are you so full of
turnip?
Why is it your mission to spread misinformation and lies in this pandemic apocalyptic time? Why are you such
donkey marshmallow?
I wish you could all hear the uncensored version of that.
Subscribe. We gotta have the uncensored subscriber version.
It's true. It does say on our mission statement right on the website, it is our mission to spread misinformation and lies in a pandemic apocalyptic time. So I sympathize with Tony. So here's another hate mail. This is from
another Italian
person. If you weren't such a right wing full of
turnip,
sight, I might stay. What happened to you people? Probably Proud Boy lovers like your idiot president. Best regards.
That's my favorite part of that one. It ends with best regards.
Yeah, you're probably Proud Boy lovers like your idiot president.
Best regards. Let me know if I can do anything to help.
All right. Have a good one.
Yeah. Good talk.
I like to imagine these in real life. Like if you're just sitting on a bench in the park or something, someone walks by.
Yeah.
Hey, you're full of
turnip,
man. What happened to you? Proud Boy lover. Have a good day. Beautiful day we're having, isn't it?
It's like the Mormon that kind of like lost it for a second. Snapped and then brought it all back together.
You Christians are heretics. You don't understand all the stuff about Joseph Smith and Bob. Have a nice day, sir.
Good seeing you.
Can I take out your garbage?
My pleasure.
There's Mormons that used to come through our neighborhood, and my friend's mom was Guatemalan, and she'd be like, open the door, like, no, we're Christian, we don't want to talk to you. And then they'd be like, well, can we do anything? And she'd be like, yeah, we got chores. And she would just
give them chores.
and just work for hours.
I didn't know they do chores.
But I always ask if you need help.
That's a good life hack.
Yeah, life hack.
Mormons at your door.
Exploit the Latter-day Saints.
Yeah, have them mow your lawn, take out your trash, paint your house. You just gotta let them think that you're getting closer and closer.
Yeah, I've really been thinking about what you guys have been saying.
Hey, let's read some more of that Moroni, and then get on over to the dishes.
How many chapters of 2nd Nephi do I need to read for a full kitchen scrub down?
Yeah, how about you fix my Wi-Fi, and then we'll read some Nephi. Hey.
We also got some love mail.
Love mail, baby.
Makes me sad that I haven't watched your animations until now. Hilarious content. I love animation, and I'm glad you're all branching out into new stuff. Watching you all expand into new territory is very exciting, and I hope it all goes well. Ethan, Kyle, and the rest of the Hive, keep up the good work.
The Hive.
Ethan hates the bee analogy.
Isn't there on Teen Titans Go, there's a bad guy group called the Hive? I know because I wrote an episode.
I've never seen Teen Titans, sorry.
If you ever watched Teen Titans Go, episode about an ice cream scoop. I wrote it.
That thudding sound was Ethan trying to point to himself and shoving the microphone. All right, here's another one.
Hey, we do make cartoons, just so you guys know.
Cartoons YouTube channel. Check it out.
We made a playlist. Go to the animation playlist. I'm making them.
Roll over that subscribe button with the steamroller.
I drew them all by hand. Every episode, every frame.
Every frame lovingly barfed out on the screen by Ethan Nichols.
Every key frame, kind of. Not really. Option 2. Oh, wait. No, this is number 2. No. Love mail, number 2. From the B podcast email. I am now only here for the weird Bible stories. It is something I didn't know I needed until last episode.
Well, now we have to come up with more.
Like those weird Bible stories.
Brett is our subscriber. He's going to watch this episode. He's going to be like, there's no weird Bible stories.
Yeah, sorry. What's one off the top of your head? We got all the best ones.
A weird Bible story off the top of our head.
Isn't there like a part where the guy's like, he tied his
donkey
to a tree and then walked?
No, that's fake.
Oh.
That's an old joke that's not true. It doesn't say it in the Bible anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
I don't think so anyway. What about like the angels in Genesis 6?
Fact checking real quick.
The sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also after when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. So the Bible actually says that like angels came down to earth, had sex with,
and they were like giants,
human women, and their descendants are the Nephilim, which are
the giants came
like
from
giants. Them. Yeah, and that's really weird. God said it. I believe it. That settles it.
Wait, okay. 10 of the most bizarre Bible verses.
If it ain't King James, it ain't Bible.
I'm almost there. There's like a top 10 list. I'm trying to find it in there.
It's still 1611 in my heart.
What?
I'm running out of King James slogans. You got to follow the old
No one
paths.
whose testicles are crushed or whose male organ is cut off shall enter the assembly of the Lord. Is that real?
Yeah, I think it's talking about like intentional mutilation of like cutting off your wee-wee.
Who would intentionally crush their testicles? That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do some work on this. I got to find it.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to find that tied
donkey
tree thing.
You're making Dan.
I know lots
censor.
of. It says. No, that's not it. Never mind. I don't know. I can't find it.
It's not. It's just a joke.
All right. Fine.
The joke is.
Well, I know he didn't really. It was a donkey joke.
The man with the biggest butt in the Bible. What? And it's Balaam. He tied his
donkey
to a tree and walked into town.
All the ones I'm finding say Moses tied his
donkey.
Tree.
Yeah, sometimes it's done as Moses, but it's not true. It's not, that passage is not in the Bible anymore.
They should have it.
It's just a joke.
When I do my 10 questions, I'm going to say, what book would you add to the Bible? I just add that line.
Well, see, this joke still works if you just say, did you hear about the guy who tied his
donkey
to a tree and walked into town? That's one big, you know, like you can still just tell the joke. They just do the setup as like it's actually in the Bible, but it's not. I challenge anyone to find that verse in the Bible. It is not there.
Find it in the comments. All right, are we moving on to the subscriber portion?
Let's do it. We're going to the subscriber lounge. Peace out, all the cheapskates and freeloaders. Goodbye.
The rest of this podcast is in our super exclusive premium subscriber lounge. If you're not a Babylon Bee subscriber, go to babylonbee.com/plans for full-length ad-free podcasts, access to our headline forum, 20% off the items in the Babylon Bee store, a gift, and more. Please drop us a review on iTunes and share the podcast with a friend. Feedback and love mail go to podcast@babylonbee.com. Follow Ethan at AxeCop and Kyle at _Kyle_man on Twitter. Kyle and Ethan would like to thank Seth Dillon for paying the bills, Adam Ford for creating their job, the other writers for tirelessly pitching headlines, the subscribers, and you, the listener. Until next time, this is Dave DeAndrea, the voice of the Babylon Bee, reminding you to go forth and win every debate with name-calling and straw man arguments.